So that's my track that way. It's a half-mile track. And then it goes that way. And there's a little house. We're going over to the barn to show you what the inside of the barn looks like right now. We have a concrete guy coming today who's going to start on the floors. And this way all my stalls can get set up finally. But that's the plan. That's my harrow, which is folded up in 3 pieces. So that's the length of it, and then it unfolds out towards us twice. And then that's what I'm going to get my track back to just sand and not sand and grass. I figure it'll take me, well, I don't know, take me probably about 10 to 12 passes total to get it to dig it up. So 3 passes per each pass. So it would be probably, I would need to go 3 times wide, and then I'm going to go 3 times for each for sure, and we'll see what I need to do from there. And then there's hubby heading out to go get the dingo for the concrete guy. Look at him go. You want to watch him leave? You probably don't care, but it's kind of fun. Then we're gonna take this gate out and make that just fencing. Bye. Finally, something's gonna get done in the barn. I mean, stuff's been done in the barn, don't get me wrong, but finally I'll get some access to doing some stuff in the barn. So that right there is going to get fixed. We're going to take it down to making only 1 gate, so that's getting marked out, if not at least post put in today. He probably sees me, he'll probably honk. Bye-bye. Go get your dingo. Okay, so we're gonna make it just 1 gate there and put regular, put the fence back up. And that's gonna be the horse's access. I'm actually putting my round pen right where kind of that puddle is. I'm gonna regrade it and put my round pen there. We're not going to use this gate as in and out because of the low lying end, and the horses gathering at the gate's just going to make that really gross. So we've decided that that's not going to be a gate, and we're going to use that gate, and we're going to just make sure that where my round pen sits will give us access in and out on each perimeter of the round pen, but yet still give us the ability to drive by it. So I have a 70-foot round pen. We'll see if I can put the whole thing up or if it has to be reduced to a 60-foot. Either way. There's plenty of other places to put the round pen. I liked kind of that little nook there is why I wanted that to be the round pen. Okay. So here you get to... Oops, what's going on with... You get to see kind of how dark it is in here. And then we've got those garage light bulbs. They're the LED, they just screw right in. We're going to get some outlets changed to being light sockets, and then we're going to add 3 more for sure, and then we're going to get a light put down at that end, and a light put at this end, so that way and operated by 1 switch, so that way when I come in I only have to turn on 1 light. Because right now, I flip all 3 of these on, and I get... all of them. I mean, I don't have to flip all 3 of them on when I come in to feed or something. I would just probably do the center. But anyway. So, got a lot of work to do still, but all the wiring was turned off in here, so we can cut this out and make this the indoor. That's not priority today. These posts were what held in the 10 stalls that were in the middle here. These are going to be our new gate post outside. There's a bunch of them over here as well. These stalls, is that zoomed in still? No. These stalls aren't going to have anything done with them right now. And so nothing's getting done right here right now. Okay, so this was the remnants of the office. There was a room right there, number 10, that was completely closed in. It had a ceiling, it had walls, it had cabinets, it had a floor, it had, well, I guess you could call it a floor. It had several layers of floor. And that's the damage from taking that apart. And I guess it had carpet too at one point, so that's pretty nasty. That was carpet. That was the door that entered there. So all of this obviously is garbage. This stall back here I'm going to keep as a grooming stall. And then I'm kind of undecided because I might just, it used to be a wash stall there as well, so I might just say, all right, forget it, we'll make it a grooming / wash stall and not do a wash stall. The reason that we decided not to make this one, where all that debris is, a stall again and just make this one big stall was because of the size of this opening, which was made to be a wash stall, so they made a big opening. But I realized, what's the difference? I'll just put a 10-foot gate instead of a regular stall gate, and I can make this one big stall like the other 2 that I opened up, or 3 that I opened up. Not sure. So this, with the amount of rain that they got, this was actually wet when we came on Saturday. So we're going to suggest the guy start at this end and get this kind of up and concreted quickly in case they get any more rain, which is expected today, actually. So all this is getting dug out, okay, for the concrete. So that's why Chris just left to go get the dingo. The dingo is small enough to fit in these doorways. So instead of doing it by hand, we got a machine that you can come in here, dig this out, and we're going to stockpile it in the center here, so that way when we do dig out all of this to make this the indoor, it can just go out with that at that time instead of creating a disposal situation today. All these doors work, so that when the concrete comes, the guy can just drive alongside the barn and put his chute right through these doors and pour the concrete that way. We took out the bottom boards. I say we. I didn't have any part of that. My husband and his buddy Scott did that. Took out these bottom boards so that maybe it could just be a steady pour instead of having to be stopped at each stall and creating any kind of lip or void. And then we have the boards to, not the ones we removed, those are pretty gnarly, but we'll replace those bottom boards. Undecided if I'm going to reuse the current gates that were there because they were all kind of interesting. See, that's one of them. Maybe a little cleanup and repaint at some point, but I don't know if I'm just going to go buy new ones. All these stalls had like real old crappy mats in them. I'll decide what I'm going to do, if I'm going to reuse those mats, because if I can get them to lay flat properly, because see how some of them are turned up, but if you just flip them over, you might be able to get a reuse of them. Anyway, that's kind of neither here nor there. I have plenty of mats. So this one we took we took the center wall out, so this one's going to be one of my big guy's stalls. And then again, able to go under with the concrete. We also took out that far wall, that far board too, so that the concrete can go up and under there, creating a little bit of a weather barrier if there's an issue. So far, I mean, the amount of rain they've had here, we're not disappointed in these stalls having stayed dry. This moisture here is from the mats having been down on, horses urinating underneath, going underneath the mats and stuff. So we're not disappointed in the dampness, if you will. That's not weather related, that's grossness related. And then this stall, I already said, is going to be Teddy's stall. It's the same size as the one we just were in, but this will be Teddy's stall. I'm going to take out all those doors, and I'm going to do like a slat thing. I don't know if I could find anything that looks like that to describe it because I've been unable to describe it verbally to people. But I don't want my horses to understand that those are access doors, but I'm going to let them use the Dutch part. But I'm not going to use them to come in and out of. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to not do a permanent wall in case there's an emergency, but I'm going to do a slat system. So there'll be, I should just try to find something to show you. There'll be like 2 boards going up and down lengthwise all the way to the floor, and then, you know, a board maybe this width will slide down in between those 2 boards, creating a wall that can be removed if there's an emergency, but doesn't open like a door. I don't know. I don't feel like rebuilding all those doors, but I'm not obviously keeping them because there's one there. You know, like they're not even worth trying to fix. You know, there's somebody just tacked them together. They're not really boards. They're not really doors. And then this is going to be my hay storage because, as you can see, I don't have a loft. So this is going to be my hay storage, and so this is getting concreted also today. And that's all the stalls that are going to be concreted today, because those are the only ones we actually need right away. And, you know, when you got pennies that need to be applied in other places, we're going to apply our pennies other places before I redo all those stalls. There's really no reason to do those stalls right now. And then this is more of a priority to me than those stalls are yet even. So this is my before. This is why you're not getting a lot of pictures of the before. But hopefully next weekend, the guy is supposed to be here between 7:30 and 8 today to get started. Hopefully next weekend when I come down, I'll be able to show you a mound of crap in the middle there, but I'll be able to show you nice concrete floors, and then yay, I get to do some stuff then. So here she is.